I tell you what, if it wasn't for Marketplace, I'd be a rich man probably. But who could pass up $10 East Wings? I went after 3 of them, but one was broke. The man kind of seemed down on his luck, so I picked up a few other items. Right here we got a Husky 12-inch by 3/8 extension. But what I found fascinating about this is it's stamped made in the United States. I never knew Husky built tools in the United States. You learn something new every day. Got a pair of sheet metal vice grips. Those could come in handy someday. And here we got a curved claw 16-ounce East Wing. I prefer a straight claw. I actually already have a 16-ounce with the straight claw. I use it when I'm building cabinets, but who knows, I might need to pull a nail someday. And now we got a curved claw to do it with. Not that I don't have 100 pry bars. Here we have a 20-ounce straight claw. It's actually seen better days, but the handle's still all there. The hammer's a solid hammer still. And I think what I'm going to do with this 20-ounce, I think I'm going to swap it out with my work hammer. That's actually my carry weight. I got a fairly new, it's about 4-year-old 20-ounce I bought for work. It's still in real good shape, so I'm going to swap them out, carry that one for work. So if I lose it, something happens to it, I'm only out $10 instead of $30. The other one could be in the drawer, go with my collection. If you notice, I'm kind of an East Wing nut. Anyways, it's a new week. I'm just hanging out in the garage, tooling around, I guess you could say. It's that time of year where it gets up to 60 on the work days, and then it's 9 degrees with the wind chill of -4 on the weekends. So we're kind of just stuck in the garage, not a lot going on. Out here, I'm going to try to fill up my drawers. It's time to get them in use. We built those last week, if you've seen that video, and put those to work. The goal here is this toolbox here is actually my brother's. It was given to him, but at the time he didn't have space for it. So I told him I'd store it for him, I'd put it to use, and promised him someday I'd upgrade. Well, that day's come. We have this here. December 23rd, they had a sale at Harbor Freight. This is usually a $900 box, but they had it on sale for $600. I also have this other toolbox, right here, and I've had that one forever. I'm pretty sure I'm going to keep the top for now, but the bottom I'm going to go ahead and try to clean it out, sell it as well. And between the drawers and this new box, we definitely got to get my brother's box cleaned out. But we're going to see how much room we can free up in this. Try to move stuff up into the top box, move stuff into the drawers, and just see what we could do to make it all fit. I know we won't make it all fit, but we got to start somewhere. I'm probably going to add on to this new Harbor Freight box. They have another sale going on right now for the 42-inch. I'm probably going to get it, bolt it to this 56, and have an 8-foot toolbox. A lot of people's done it. I'm not the first one, but it's going to be exciting. It'll be new to me. I've never bought anything that new or nice. I think I paid $125 for the bottom half of this one. The top I paid $500 for. It was in really nice shape. It was pretty much brand new, but it was completely loaded with tools, or I would have never paid that much for it. And then again, like I said, both of these are given to me. Well, one was loaned to me. The top one was given to me. It's just Jeep parts. I'd like to move the Jeep parts over into the black one someday. Get a lift system for the black one. I don't know, but we'll see. We're going to start moving stuff around, and I'll show you what I come up with. All right, those drawers are already making a huge impact. I was able to completely clean off this cabinet. It's ready to come off the wall, free up some more wall space. Everything I wanted to keep is now housed on this cabinet. Let me show you what it looked like before. So all my antifreeze and oil and transmission fluid is now housed in this drawer. This is one of the pre-existing drawers. It had some of that stuff in it, but now it's strictly just paint, caulk, household stuff, woodworking stuff. Nothing's really changed in this cabinet. It's all different types of tape, some metal strapping, tie wire, and some tie-down straps. This drawer allowed me to clean out 2 of them two drawers out of the black toolbox. It's all my router bits, table saw molder, dado blade. In this drawer, I'm going to keep my rags, paper towels, some cleaning brushes, kind of cleaning stuff. This is the only junk drawer you'll ever see me have. I try to keep my junk to a minimum. I need the space for other stuff. This is what I call my layout drawer. It has all my squares, angle finders, digital angle finder, string lines, things of that nature. This was another drawer. I was able to get all this stuff out of the black toolbox. It has my hacksaw blades, multi-tool blades, sawzall blades, new disc, grinder wheels, just new stock basically. And check this out. This is how the pencil drawer turned out, whatever. This is how the pencil drawer turned out. I think that's pretty cool. It's going to serve me pretty well. And now I just need to get over to these toolboxes, start rearranging those. I'm going to give you a quick rundown of them here in a minute, show you how much room I got, how much room I need to make, and then we're going to start organizing this new big box. New day out here in the shop. I actually came out here in the wee hours this morning and started in on this box. I was moving stuff from the bottom box up to the top box where I had made room yesterday with the drawers in the cabinet over here. I also got this one unwrapped, sitting here in all of its amazing glory. It's ready to be filled up. And then I have my brother's box sitting over here in the middle of the floor. I got toolboxes everywhere. But the first thing I want to do is I want to take my pry bar rack, see if I could get it to fit on this yellow one, see if it needs modified. If not, we're going to throw some paint on it so it could be drying, and then I'll start running you through these boxes, kind of show you what I'm working with. Got some self-etching primer laid down. We're going to let that cure real good, and we're going to start looking at these toolboxes. So this first one, this Craftsman, I bought all off of Marketplace. I bought the bottom 8-9 years ago. The top I bought a year or two after that, and this is what we got in it. So I kind of call this my general all-purpose box. It's got a little of everything. I'm not very tall, so I don't keep a whole lot in the top. But this is the only place I got my torque wrenches. The only place they could go. Hopefully those end up in the yellow box. In this top drawer, it's primarily my cutting drawer. It's got knives, chisels, a few scrapers, and putty knives. This drawer is an assortment of hand saws, coping saws, keyhole saws, hacksaws. Here we got paint brushes, 5-in-1, some caulking tools, things like that. This drawer is my pliers drawer. I'd sure like to get that moved, but I don't think we're going to have room for it. I need some better pliers, but this is what I've been blessed with, and they seem to work most of the time. In this drawer, it's mainly 12-volt electrical, but there is some other electrical stuff. Crimpers for Ethernet, crimper for copper eyelets, some micro tools, meter, and some other testing tools. That's another item I'd like to get in a yellow box, but it may have to wait on the 42. Up here is just air tools, tire plugs. I don't have a large assortment of air tools because I've never had a big enough air compressor. This drawer is plumbing stuff, mainly stuff to sweat copper, but basically plumbing stuff. I think these are for sinks. I'm not sure. Not a plumber. And then in this drawer, it's kind of safety. Got some gloves, which I should have had on just a while ago. I just burnt my finger. Some ear muffs, some glasses, earplugs. Starting down in the bottom box. So this was the pencil drawer, so we already got it emptied out. And I believe this was the cutting drawer that had all the razor blades and scrapers and chisels in it. This is one of my most used drawers. It's got all sorts of drill bits, all my drill bits and drill attachments, taps, some carbide hole saws, and in fact in this drawer right next to it is more drill bits and hole saws and things of that nature. This drawer has all my punches in it. Some handheld pry bars, flat bars, some smaller ones, all my files. In this drawer, it's one of my favorite. I do like to beat on stuff. And it has all my East Wings in it, or most of my East Wings. This drawer is empty. This drawer is all electrical wire, zip ties. I think what I'm going to do in the future is get this moved over into the cabinet and see if I could clean one of those other drawers out. This is all clamps, vice grips, style, and C-clamps. And then down here, this is primarily welding stuff. Some welding leathers I don't use, gloves. I do got a torch kit down in here, but I don't have any bottles. So that's what stays in there. This drawer is empty. That was the drawer with the gloves and earmuffs. We've done seen this drawer, the drill bit drawer. This was the plumbing drawer. That drawer is empty as well. And this drawer has all types of fasteners. Pop rivet gun, ram set gun, some strap tools that I acquired, staple gun, glue gun. Down in this drawer, we got hole saws and a knockout set. Ways to make a bunch of big holes. But you see, we still got a few things to get out of this box, but not a whole lot. But now we'll start in over here on the mechanic box. This is the one that most people probably want to see anyways. We'll do a quick run through of it, get it all moved over, and then we'll do a final tour of the yellow box and see how it all turns out. Alright, so we have the Jeep back in here, so we don't have near as much room, but now we're going to start in on this mechanic box, or what I call my mechanic box. This top box is mostly Jeep parts. No one wants to see a bunch of nuts and bolts, so we're not even going to look in there. And then over here on the left, these are some Tecton T-handle Allens, but it must have been before Tecton was what they are today, because they're actually kind of horrible. They don't fit anything. And then all this stuff laying on the top is just the stuff that is out of my pry bar rack. So looking in the socket drawer, we have the metric on the left, standard on the right, a few odds and ends. We'll get into that better in the other box. And then in this drawer, we got our metric wrenches. And all of our standard wrenches. The wrench drawer on that new US General Series 3 is probably the main reason I bought it. Got all of our screwdrivers, nut drivers. And here we got pipe wrenches, crescent wrenches, chain tongs, and this is my small stash of specialty stuff, steering wheel puller, and a few other things I hardly use, pickle fork, about it. The rest of the stuff I just acquired. Down here in this bottom drawer is my stash of 12 points. If I knew what I knew now, I would have never invested in them, but I have them, plus a set of Craftsman impacts. And back up in here in the top right drawer is my ratchets, breakover bars, extensions. That drawer is empty. In here I keep all my leftover screwdrivers, junk screwdrivers, picks, and plus my micro screwdrivers. This is kind of just a miscellaneous drawer. Few things, don't mess with much. This is my brake tools. I've actually, for some reason, acquired quite a few brake tools working on this Jeep. And down here we just got a steering wheel puller and a ball joint press. And that pretty much sums it up. I don't have a ton of mechanic tools, but of course that's never been my trade. So I'm going to start moving all this stuff over. We got to get this box stripped off, get it ready to roll, and when I get this yellow one put together, we'll go on a more intense tour, I guess you could say. Well, I've been working at this for a week now. You won't believe what it takes to move your tools from one toolbox to a new toolbox all at once. You know, usually you acquire your toolbox and then you slowly acquire tools over time, and it kind of evolves as time goes by to your liking. But I finally got this set up to where I think I'm going to like it after a lot of organizing, unorganizing, reorganizing. But anyways, we're going to start right here at the front of the box. And these labels, this is an idea I've seen on Facebook in a group I follow. It's all about these US General boxes. And what this is some adhesive magnetic stripping. I covered it in a layer of black vinyl. And then I cut these yellow labels to go over the top of that. And now I have some magnetic labels that I can move around as I change stuff up. Won't leave any sticky residue or anything like that. Easy to deal with. And then moving over here to the side, I did get my pry bar rack all painted to my liking. And what I keep in here is just a few little essentials. A set of screwdrivers, my apex holder, some drill adapters for sockets. But the sticker, it's kind of the same thing as the labels. It once was a vehicle magnet for a business, and I covered it with a layer of yellow, and then I cut this sticker to go over the top of it. And what I'm using that for is I was afraid that these pry bars might scratch up this box coming in and out of the rack. So I made this to protect the box so we don't scratch up a brand new box. Y'all tell me what y'all think about it in the comments below. So starting off right here in the socket drawer, over here on the right, this is going to be my standard or SAE sockets. 98% of the chrome in here is Craftsman. The impacts are cobalt, but I was able to get my extensions in here, my ratchets and breakover bars. This is the metric stuff right here in the center. Then over here on the far right, we got the 12-point adapters, torques, e-torques, bolt outs, things of that nature. In the wrench drawer, pretty much the same thing. I got the SAE on the right. This is mostly Craftsman. The ratchet wrenches are gear wrench. I was able to get my torque wrenches in here, which that makes me happy, a protective place for them. This is all the metric wrenches, and then we have some adjustable wrenches stashed in the back. So this is my screwdriver drawer. It's one of the drawers I'm not just real thrilled about. It'll work for now. We'll find out a better way to get it all organized in here. This is all my picks, micro screwdrivers, things of that nature. And what this is a broken organizer box. You can see that tip and several others in my garage organizational tips video. I'll share that here. This is going to be my pliers drawer. This one definitely needs some type of racks. I got some homemade racks right there, but we'll either make some or buy some. I got a lot of room to grow in here. Maybe put something else in here. This here is my hammer drawer. But something that a lot of people have complaints about, these new US Generals, or the bottom drawers are so big. And what I done to utilize more of the space is I put me a little liner in there, and then I built this thing. Now I could utilize a little bit more of the space. Slide that back and forth. So this houses all of my hammers, punches, some pry bars, center punches. Here in the bottom drawer, it's kind of a miscellaneous drawer or specialty drawer. I got those T-handle Allens that I said I didn't like, some gauges, things of that nature. In the top part here is all my brake tools. Old steering wheel puller, some miscellaneous Allens, fuel disconnects, just a bunch of odds and ends really. Here in the power drawer, I'm not really using it yet. I got the power cord stashed and a few other things. I don't know what I want to use this for. I don't think I'm going to use it for power, but I also don't want to put a whole bunch of dusty, nasty stuff in there, just in case I do want to use it for power someday. So right now it's going to stay empty. And then this drawer is cram packed. It's going to be split up. I'm actually about to go order a 42-inch cabinet to bolt to this one today. But it's got a set of hole saws. I believe that's a ball joint press. This is a set of impact sockets, Craftsman. That's a knockout set. And then another steering wheel puller kit. So now that I spent all that time organizing, fixing up the new toolbox, this bottom portion of the Craftsman is almost completely empty. There's just a handful of little things I need to get out of there, and then I could sell it. However, I got a lot of time in reorganizing this top box. I got it completely packed, completely loaded down, and I got to pull all that out, move the top box off, put it all back in the top box temporarily, just so I could sell the bottom part. And then I'm going to go order a 42-inch in yellow that matches this one, the top and bottom, and then reorganize it all again. Of course, I'm not going to show all that on camera. When I do get the new boxes, I might show building the caster spacers and maybe a few more modifications. But for now, we're going to wrap this video up. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm going to go inside, do some editing. Today is my birthday, so I want to kick back and relax and enjoy it. And I hope all y'all have a wonderful week. We'll catch you in the next video, and God bless.